Before this story begins, I want you to look up, not metaphorically, physically. Look at your ceiling, because the couple you're about to hear about didn't look up for 6 months. They thought the sounds were normal. They blamed each other. They blamed the house until one night he came down. By then, he knew their routines, their schedules, their arguments, their fears. He had been living above them, watching, waiting. And if you think this is fiction, police documented everything, including the holes drilled directly above their bed. So tonight, if you hear something over your head, don't assume it's the house settling, because sometimes it's not. This is the story of the man who lived in their attic for 6 months. Prologue. In 2019, a couple moved into a renovated farmhouse 40 minutes outside of Boise. 6 months later, they discovered they were not living alone. And by the time they found him, he knew everything about them. The move. Daniel and Rebecca Collins weren't reckless people. Mid-30s, no kids, quiet life. Daniel worked IT remotely. Rebecca was a part-time nurse. The farmhouse was older, built in 1911, renovated recently. Large attic, wide crawl spaces, wood beams. The seller had mentioned there's some unused attic space above the main bedroom. Access panel in the hallway ceiling. They never checked it. Why would they? 2 small things. It started small. Rebecca's shampoo would run out faster than expected. Daniel's leftovers would be gone. Not entirely, just enough to question your memory. They blamed each other. You ate it? No, I didn't. Marriage stuff. Nothing dramatic. 3. The temperature. Daniel began noticing temperature changes at night. The bedroom would feel warmer, almost breathed in, like stale air being pushed downward. He assumed insulation issues. Old houses breathe, right? 4. The first sound. 3:41 a.m. A dull shift above the ceiling. Not scratching, not rodents. A careful redistribution of weight. Daniel held his breath. The sound stopped. He exhaled. The sound resumed, mirroring 5. The argument. Rebecca got angry first because she tired, because she worked 12-hour shifts, because she kept waking up. There's someone up there. Daniel laughed. There's no one up there. That night, Rebecca slept on the couch. At 3:41 a.m., the shift came again. But this time, it followed her across the house. 6. The camera. Daniel installed a motion camera in the hallway. facing the attic panel. 3 nights. Nothing. On the 4th night, 3:41 a.m., motion detected. They watched it together. The next morning, the panel moved. Not fell, not loosened, moved from above, then stilled for 20 full seconds. Then a finger slid down through the seam, just the tip, testing, feeling. The camera cut out. 7. Police searched. Attic empty, dust undisturbed. No bedding, no trash. Officer shrugged. You'd be surprised what your brain does when you expect something. Rebecca didn't feel crazy. She felt watched. 8. The smell. 2 weeks later, a sour smell. Human, unwashed skin. It wasn't constant. It came and went. Stronger near the bedroom. Stronger at night. 9. The realization. Rebecca came home early one afternoon. Daniel was still at his desk in the living room. She walked into the bedroom and froze. Their closet door was open on the bed. Her jewelry box open, not emptied, just examined. Daniel swore he hadn't touched it. That night, they didn't sleep. Desette, the setup. Daniel decided to test something. He told Rebecca loudly, I'm working late tomorrow. Won't be home until 2 a.m. He didn't. Instead, he parked down the road, waited, turned off his headlights, walked back silently through the tree line, entered through the back door. The house was dark, too dark. He moved quietly toward the hallway, heard it, movement above, then a soft thud. The kitchen. He froze, listened. A cabinet opening, the refrigerator hum, shifting, a glass being lifted. Daniel stepped forward and saw him. Jadenak, the man, thin, bearded, sunken cheeks, wearing layered clothes, standing barefoot in their kitchen, drinking milk like he lived there, like this was routine. The man didn't react immediately. He finished the sip, set the glass down, then turned. Their eyes met. No panic, no aggression, just calculation. Then the man ran, not toward the door, toward the hallway, toward the attic. He jumped, grabbed the beam inside the panel, and pulled himself up with horrifying speed. The panel slammed shut. Vanacht, what they found. Police returned immediately. This time, they found it deep inside the attic insulation. A hollowed space, blankets, food, wrappers, bottled water, a bucket, and something else. Small drilled holes, 3 above the bed, 2 above the shower, 1 above Daniel's desk. Perfect viewing angles. He had been watching, learning, memorizing for 6 months. Trenact, The part that broke Rebecca. They arrested him 2 days later, a transient with burglary history. He claimed he only stayed when they were asleep. Then the officer said something Rebecca never forgot. He knew your schedules better than you did. Cracked the aftermath. They sealed the attic, installed metal locks, security system, motion sensors. Rebecca couldn't sleep. Every small house noise became a threat. 3 months later, they tried staying one night. Just one. 3:41 a.m. A shift of weight above the ceiling. Security system silent. Attic confirmed empty. The sound came again. Slow, measured, directly over their bed. Rebecca began crying. Daniel didn't move because he understood something terrifying, even if it wasn't him anymore. They would never feel alone again. Epilogue. The house was sold in 2021. The new owners lasted 4 months. Their complaint in the disclosure paperwork: unexplained attic disturbances, always at 3:41 a.m. Now I'll ask you something simple. When you go to sleep tonight, do you what's above you? Not metaphorically, physically, above your ceiling, above your air vents, above your walls. Because sometimes the most terrifying thing isn't a ghost. It's someone patient enough to live over your head and wait. Daniel and Rebecca never went back. The house was inspected. Cleared, declared safe. The man was arrested. The attic sealed. Officially, it was over. But here's what never made it into the report. 3 months later, the new owners called the realtor. They asked a strange question. Did anyone ever complain about noises at night? Specifically at 3:41 a.m., a slow shift of weight directly above the bedroom. The attic was empty again. No entry points, no insulation disturbed, nothing. And maybe there's a logical explanation. There usually is. But tonight, before you fall asleep, before you turn off the lights, before you convince yourself it's just wood expanding, ask yourself one question. When was the last time you checked? What's above you? Subscribe. If you want more real cases that shouldn't have happened. And sleep carefully, because the scariest intruders don't break in. They move in quietly above you.